in our chapter 6, we've got lots of work to do, but it's going to be so insightful in terms of your marketing organization. You'll also need to conduct an interview with your organization this week because you need to understand information about the organization itself. That will be further explained in our chapter reading and PowerPoint this week. But please be ready to conduct an interview with them. And I should highlight as well in this section, and it explains again the interview and what kind of information you need to gather from the organization here. But it also has in this section what I call the sample organization questions. So again, you don't have to use these, but my hope is it provides you an idea of the type of questions in our perfect marketing world we would understand. And so, for example, here are questions about organization's background. Some of this we might get online, some of it we need to ask someone about, and some of it they may have to find other documents to help us learn. But we want to understand about how they currently operate in their current communications, and this is our first assignment. You already did something on competition, but in my perfect marketing world, I would understand all this information about my organization to more effectively help develop a marketing plan for them. Know that some of these questions, you'll see this is multiple pages. It's taken me actually a long time to develop this. What kind of questions would I want to have answered? This is a document, it's actually 12 pages. You don't need to ask all these questions this week. Really, we're really focusing on the organizational background and information about how they operate currently and what's happened in the past. So those are this week's important questions. But if you're planning on only having a couple meetings with your site, you want to ask more of these questions because you're going to be using them in future weeks. If you're already internal to the organization and have access to these questions throughout the next several weeks, then you just need to ask the questions that relate to this week because you'll have access to them to do otherwise. Or if you have questions, just please know this is a guide. You don't have to use all of these questions, but sometimes I find we don't know how to ask the question of the agency to learn. So here is the outcome of this week, right? You'll have a global market industry assessment to do from secondary sources, but you'll have this interview you need to conduct with the organization and complete this organizational assessment. So this is to support that in particular. Again, just to help you. Don't turn it in. I don't need to see the answers. It's just to give you a guide and help you orchestrate your interview. So